Ever found yourself constantly picking up someone else's slack and wondering why? Let's dive into the world of codependency, the unexpected dance we might not even know we're a part of. Join us as we unravel what it means and how it could be playing out in your relationships. What is codependency? Imagine two people in a dance, but it's not the elegant, choreographed sort. Instead, one person keeps tripping and the other is constantly catching them. This is the dance of codependency. Basically, codependency is a relationship pattern where one person consistently supports or enables the negative behaviors or issues of the other, like addiction, mental health struggles, or irresponsibility. Now, when you hear codependency, you might think of dependency. Sure, they sound alike, but they're not quite twins. Maybe more like distant cousins. Everyone is dependent to some extent. Think about your bestie or partner. You lean on them, they lean on you. That's normal. Dependency is like this spectrum, ranging from everyday harmless reliance to the more intense, dependent personality disorder. But codependency, it's a unique beast. To make it crystal clear, if there's a couple and one has, say, a drinking problem, both can be considered codependent. However, we usually focus on the partner without the addiction as the codependent one. They're the person who, maybe with the best intentions, keeps facilitating or enabling their partner's destructive habits. So, codependency isn't about mutual support or shared responsibilities. It's about an imbalance, where one person's issues dominate and the other person's life becomes all about managing those problems. The dance becomes tiring, and often, neither realizes they're stuck in this rhythm until someone, maybe a friend like you, points it out. How to point out codependency? When you're unable to identify codependency and its symptoms, it's much easier to fall into its trap. So how can you point out codependency? Well, let's start by pointing out its signs and symptoms. Enabling. All right, let's dive straight into this. Imagine a scenario where you have two friends, Sarah and Emily. Sarah consistently puts her own needs aside to take care of her friend Emily. Emily has a history of making poor life choices and often relies on Sarah to fix her problems. While Sarah thinks she's being helpful, she's actually enabling Emily's behavior by not allowing her to face the consequences of her actions. This prevents Emily from learning and growing, and it keeps Sarah trapped in a cycle of neglecting her own well-being for the sake of their friendship. Instead of addressing the issue, Sarah just keeps doing damage control for Emily because she doesn't want to hurt her friend's feelings. In some cases, she just feels obligated to continue doing that for Emily. Sounds familiar? This behavior is what we call enabling. Now, enabling might sound like a kind gesture on the surface, but it's actually a sneaky symptom of something deeper called codependency. Enabling is when you assist or cover for someone's unhealthy behavior or habits, preventing them from facing the natural consequences of their actions. And guess what? While you might think you're helping, you're often just making things worse in the long run. Codependency is a relationship dynamic where one person relies excessively on another for emotional or psychological support. The enabler, in trying to help, might unintentionally keep the other person reliant or even stuck in their detrimental patterns. It's like giving a Band-Aid for a wound that really needs stitches. Sure, the Band-Aid hides the wound, but it doesn't really solve the problem. It's essential to recognize the difference between genuine support and enabling. Genuine support empowers and encourages growth, while enabling often stagnates or worsens a situation. It's like watering a plant. Too little, and it wilts, but too much, and you might drown it. Either way, it dies. So next time you find yourself stepping in to save the day for someone repeatedly, take a moment to ask, am I genuinely helping, or am I just enabling? By understanding this dynamic, you have the power to change not only your relationships, but also how you interact with the world around you. It's all about striking a balance and ensuring that our help doesn't hinder compulsive attention to someone. You know that feeling when you get a new favorite song and you just can't help but play it on loop? Well, imagine that, but instead of a song, it's a person. That's kind of what compulsive attention to someone feels like when we're talking about codependency. It is like when you are always thinking about that one friend or partner, to the point where they become the center of your world. Now, it's completely natural to think of our loved ones often, right? But when it becomes compulsive, and at your own detriment, it's like you're constantly checking your phone for their messages, rearranging your schedule to be with them, or even suppressing your own feelings and beliefs just to ensure they remain happy with you. It's like that feeling of needing your morning coffee, but instead, It's this person you're craving. Now, why is this a sign of codependency? Because it indicates a heavy reliance on someone else for your emotional well-being. It's as if your own happiness and identity are intertwined with theirs. Remember the times when you'd hide your true thoughts or feelings just to keep the peace or ensure they continue liking you? That's your codependent tendency sneaking in. It's like walking on eggshells around them because their opinion holds so much weight in your life. In my opinion, outsourcing your happiness is often a bad idea. It should primarily come from within. Fear of abandonment. When you're in a relationship and you get that gnawing feeling deep down that the other person might just up and leave you, that's what we call the fear of abandonment. And for some, especially those grappling with codependency, this fear isn't just an occasional worry, it's a constant companion. Imagine you're hanging out with a close friend, and instead of being your bubbly self, you keep second-guessing every little thing you say or do. Why? Because you're scared that if you truly express yourself or disagree, they might not want to hang out with you anymore. So you might end up hiding how you really feel, or even lying just to keep the peace. It's like walking on eggshells 24/7, making sure everything's perfect so that they don't have a reason to leave. The sad part? Sometimes this fear can make you do things that aren't great for you or them. Like, you might find yourself supporting them in things you know deep down aren't healthy, just to avoid rocking the boat. Self-doubt. Codependency has a sneaky way of making you doubt who you are at your core. Self-doubt leaves room for a plethora of problems. If you've been playing the same role in a relationship for ages, be it the one who always supports or the one who always leans on someone, over time, this dynamic can start to chip away at your confidence. It's like you're wearing a pair of glasses that only lets you see the world through someone else's lens. You know that nagging feeling you get when you're about to make a choice? Like, should I really pick this restaurant for dinner? Or, is it okay for me to spend the evening reading my favorite book? You start to question if you're worth it. Even the simple pleasures of life, such as getting a coffee without your codependency partner, that's self-doubt creeping in. It makes you question even the simplest of decisions because you've grown accustomed to either putting someone else's needs first or depending on their opinion. And then there are your own desires and preferences. They might start feeling like background noise, taking a back seat. It's not that you don't know what you like or want, but after playing a certain role for so long, it's easy to think, do my choices even matter? Or wouldn't it be easier if someone else just decided? Dealing with codependency. First off, take a deep breath and think, is this relationship healthy and safe for you? If it's not, don't hesitate to seek support. Your well-being is paramount. Now, if you've decided that the relationship is worth the effort, it's crucial to address the elephant in the room, codependency. Recognizing it is a massive step forward. If you or someone close is experiencing codependency, it's time to sprinkle some self-love. By prioritizing yourself, you're not just boosting your confidence, but also drawing a clear line between your emotions and your partner's. And hey, it's not just about one person. Both of you need to be in good mental and emotional shape. Thinking of therapy? Great idea. It's like a spa for your emotions. Whether it's personal or couples therapy, it can truly shed light on the sore spots of your relationship. Understanding codependency can change your life in the following ways. Awareness of relationship patterns. By understanding codependency, you can identify when one person is unduly supporting or enabling the negative behaviors of another. This recognition can help you discern whether you are in a balanced relationship where mutual support exists or a codependent one. Differentiation between dependency and codependency. Understanding that everyone has dependencies to some degree is essential. However, recognizing the line between healthy interdependence and harmful codependency can ensure your relationships remain positive and nurturing. Recognizing enabling behavior. By identifying enabling actions like continuously covering for someone's irresponsibility, you can prevent reinforcing their negative behaviors. Instead, you can promote responsibility and independence, self-awareness, and personal growth. By avoiding compulsive attention to another person, you can retain control over your life, decisions, and happiness. You can also sidestep the potential pitfalls of fear of abandonment and self-doubt, ensuring your decisions remain authentic to yourself and not overly influenced by the opinions of others. Promotion of self-care and self-esteem. Acknowledging and addressing codependency allows you to prioritize yourself. This self-prioritization not only boosts self-esteem, but also ensures that emotional boundaries are in place, ensuring that you maintain a strong sense of self. Achieving healthier relationships. Ultimately, by recognizing and addressing codependency, you can transform your relationships into healthier, more balanced partnerships. This understanding promotes personal well-being, mutual respect, and individual growth within the relationship. If you liked this video, make sure to watch the next one. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to the Mindscope channel. Hit the bell and get notified when a new video is uploaded. Also, remember to share this video with anyone you think can benefit from this topic. You never know when someone needs to hear something presented in this video. Thank you for watching.